Max, new season underway. How would you describe how things are going early on to start this season in practice right now?
We've had a great start to practice. Kids are working hard. They're definitely coming out of a successful volleyball season. They're pretty excited for basketball and looking forward to what they can do. Kind of a little bit of disappointment last year at regionals. Felt like we should have won that last game. Got ourselves in position to be going to state, but that was pretty good motivation over the course of the year. So summertime, we got a lot of good work in and led right into where they started this year.
You have a pretty experienced group coming back. How much of a benefit has that been?
That'll be huge, especially for our freshmen coming in. The girls were able to start practice right away with this is how we do things and why we do things, and so I haven't had to do as much teaching early on because the seniors and juniors that were all on varsity last year bought into the program and they're helping those freshmen get caught up in a hurry.
What's your focus early on with this group?
It's going to be, kind of figuring out who improved the most over the summertime. Kind of where playing time is going to fall, what everybody's capable of. How fast can we change defenses and offenses, and how well can we work together. So this first tournament, we go to Riverton to start the year. Pretty excited about that. We play some sophomore teams that have some good talent, and it'll be a good test for our girls to see where we're at early on. And then we host a tournament, and it's always fun to play at home. And so they definitely have those games circled already as we want to show up well for our home crowd.
Speaking of that, what do you feel like are some things in practice you need to get done or need to see to get you ready for your first games?
Just all those little things of, reminding offenses and defenses and where do we rotate, in defenses, and if we're going to go trap, how do we get everything covered? Baseline out of bounds plays. A lot of times in summertime, you don't run much of those. You don't really practice those a lot in the summer. And so a couple days ago in practice, I'm like, hey, run this play. And they all kind of looked at each other like, do you remember how to do this? So, we kind of had to take that little step back there. So just little things like that to, actually getting ready, thinking of the opening tip and lining up for free throws and just all those little extra things that you don't really practice very often, but you do in a game quite a bit.
What are your thoughts on 2A girls from your perspective as you look out around the state this year?
I think it's going to be tough. Last year it was definitely down a little bit, but I think not a lot of teams had big groups of seniors, and so a lot of people are bringing experience back, bringing varsity players back that saw a lot of time. Rocky Mountain definitely lost some key players, but they bring back a lot of girls from that state championship team, so they're definitely going to be tough. That's a game they blew us out a couple times last year, and our girls like, nah, can't happen this year. We need to do better in those games. So,
I gotcha.
You look at the west side of the state, it's always competitive. Wyoming Indians always tough. Grable and Wind River are in the same boat we're in. Not a lot of seniors last year, a lot of underclassmen that played big varsity minutes, and they're all coming back, and the girls know each other well. Kemmerer coming down from 3A makes a difference. That adds in another potentially really tough team. Big Piney did lose a lot of seniors, but they've got a pretty good program built there. And St. Stephen's will be interesting to see. They didn't have a volleyball season, so we'll see what they have for basketball.
Yeah. What are some keys you think for this group this year?
I think it's going to be, playing together. They've been together for a long time, and they have that cohesiveness and just staying positive with each other and being able to feed off of each other. When somebody's not having a good game or a normal game, who else can step up to fill that void in that moment? So I think that'll be our biggest test, especially early.
The girls kind of alluded to it, Haley and Sonia, that you lost some close games last year. What do you think puts you over the top in games like that this year?
That experience. Okay. Those girls knowing what those losses felt like and knowing that they were competitive and knowing that they are a little bit better this year than they were last year, and there's definitely a lot more confidence out of them this year. The now sophomores that were freshmen that were terrified in a varsity game last year, at least in practice so far this year, are like, yeah, get out of my way, I'm going to score this. So that I think we'll have that extra aspect added to it.
I gotcha. Well, thanks for taking some time, and I appreciate it. Good luck this year.
Thank you.